This is the original. The caveman would have been doing this. Hold that for me. So, guys, Dynamic Duo is back. Yeah! We thought we'd lost him, but no.
Haven't gone anywhere, guys.
He hasn't been out in the bush.
I've been the rat on the wheel out the back.
Has he?
Yeah.
Doing the stuff behind the scenes. Thank you for that, man.
That's okay.
It's needed. Someone's got to do it, as Leo says. So
That's it. Now
thanks for
I'm
that.
in the fucking front window again. I'm the mannequin.
So we're going to have a bit of a chat about 2026, bit about our course, and I'm going to work on your quad, a bit of quad crease, maybe your knee.
Maybe my goat
First
knee.
thing first.
I'm in the paddock, dry paddock.
Look at these dry knees. I do this nearly every week. A little bit. Yeah, they're not too bad. You haven't been on your knees much lately, mate. You had a rest. You'd be 20s toes or something like that. Bit of dry feet. Yeah. So.
Been down at the old beach.
Been at the beach. But I'm just going to do a bit of a work on around his knees. Had a big knee operation. How long ago was that? 6 years ago.
6 years.
His 6-year anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, January 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6-year anniversary of getting his knee done, the 3 ligaments. So massive operation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the body is an amazing healing machine.
Stronger than ever, still. Stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So something we wanted to talk about was being average.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of, people that fit into the average human out there, whatever walk of life you want to talk about, whether it's your work or your physical body, your strength, your relationships, your health, things like that. And what we were saying, if you want to be average, keep on doing average things. Keep on doing what everybody else does, because you're going to get the same results as everybody else. But if you want to set yourself apart, what do you got to do? You got to do something that's remarkable.
Yeah.
And
generally it's hard.
Hard.
As well.
Yeah.
It entails a lot of hard work and courage.
Yeah. Because it's not just fitting in with the rest of the crowd, like the sheep, of thing. So the sheep all kind of follow each other. There's sort of no real leaders, is there? They kind of there's safety in that. So that's kind of a thing, like we love being safe as humans. We love predictability and things like that because we know that there's going to be a certain result, a certain outcome. But most of the time that's bloody average.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Bit of a...
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, you forgot you had to turn a microphone on.
Yeah, it's been a minute, so I forgot the process, but I'm back.
Should have checked the mics. So well, we learn.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes. We're just learning.
Yep, that's it.
So
first one for the year, done.
First one, no more. One and done. So anyway, I think what I was saying is, to do something great, you don't just sort of do what everybody else is doing. You've got to do something different, something that's going to set yourself apart. And a lot of times when you are on these kind of pathways, these adventures, quests, you're not going to fit in with everybody. Not everyone's going to like it because you're going to be doing different things. You're not going to be able to just go to the pub and drink and eat and do all the partying and holidays and whatever it might be that everybody else is doing. You're going to have to go off on your own way and be authentic, I think, is a really important thing. So when you're authentic, Gabor Mate talks about this. He says you risk losing connection. So you kind of got, what is it, connection and, I don't know, authenticity and connection, what is it? So when you're authentic, you risk losing connection with people because you ostracize yourself, you're doing something different.
You go through a lonely season, but it's just a season.
Yeah.
You then regain a better community and a better attachment to people because you've upgraded, really. Yeah. So, I think it's just a part of it. I think a lot of people probably go through that step and think, oh, I'm too isolated, I'm too ostracized, but it's part of it, you know, and so you just got to be willing to go through it because, what's on the other side is so much better than just the average, which I think it's a realistic expectation as well. I think there's so many people out there that are doing average things every day, but are complaining about not having the financial freedom or not having purpose or not having connection. And that's where it's a mismatch, isn't it? It's like your actions are not in alignment with someone living a remarkable life, but you're complaining about not having a remarkable life. And so at some point you need to have that courage to take action whether it's investing in yourself or dedicating time to this cause, which means foregoing the bullshit, which is whether it be partying or just wasting time playing games or gambling or drinking or whatever. It could be any other crutch. At some point you need to make a call whether to spend money or invest time and work really hard, because anything worth working for is going to require a lot of grind, isn't it, Ninj?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess what we're here to say is you've just got to make that call. And for this part of the year, it's a really big time on reflection and setting intentions. And this is the moment where you can make a stand. And so, yeah, we're kind of more talking towards massage therapists, aren't we? Because we have a course that can really help massage therapists level up. And we speak to a lot of applicants every day. And they have the dreams, they want it. But sometimes when it comes down to making that call that you're going to dedicate the time, invest the money, or do something different, people, they back down from the plate, hey man. But this can be any area of life, even if you're a massage therapist or not. I think this stuff's universal, isn't it, man?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I've done to get myself to be as good a body worker as I am. I just went to the nth degree. I just dedicated the time and effort, and just every session I wanted it, and I did like 45 hours of body work a week for year in, year out.
What did you do? 10, 10, 8, 7, wasn't it, or something?
I think there was 2 10s, a 9, 8, and a 6.
Yeah.
So it's like 43 hours a week.
And we speak to body workers that are like, oh, I've got to conserve my energy. I can only do 2 a day. And it's like, if that's okay for you, that is completely fine. But we want to do mass impact.
Yeah.
So you've got to put some work in to be able to help the community, man. And that's what you did and instilled into us. And that's what we do now. And it's just a cycle. But what's on the other side of that is awesome, because you've got capacity to help and you've got the runs on the board, and that feels awesome, doesn't it?
Gaining wisdom just through all the experience that you get. You can't buy experience. You just got to get it. But we can fast track you. That's the thing. All our trial and errors and experience, we can gift that to you through doing our course. So that's a really valuable thing, and we want to keep this flame alive, because we just know there's so much shit bodywork out there, or shit massage, and it kind of taints us. We just hate the word massage because everyone's kind of knows it as ineffective. It's just kind of relaxation. It's just tuning out for a bit. Even though most people are on their bloody phone most of the time these days, we're getting a treatment, but we just hate it, and we just want to really make a change in the world, because we just know that it is so effective when delivered well and with a good intention, and with the knowledge base behind it, with how the body works, all your anatomy and stuff like that, but what it's made of and how it can heal itself when it's got the right conditions.
Yeah, you don't know how good you can be.
Yeah.
And when you get that first result after you've done the program or you've learnt the first module and you help someone's lower back pain, that's where the penny drops and you go, oh, this is the best feeling in the world, when that person gets off the table and you've shifted something that's been stuck there for so long. It's like, this is what you can be doing. And I got a massage, my missus bought me one when we were down at Phillip Island, like a nice spa massage, and it was meant to be deep tissue. And she asked me what I wanted worked on. I pointed out to the things that I wanted worked on, and then she proceeded to do the same sequence that she would do on everyone. No area that I mentioned got any more servicing than anything else. And it was 90 minutes, and it was beautiful, nice smelling place. So I relaxed, but I was just thinking, like, this is what most people are doing. That cookie cutter approach, no bespoke tailoredness at all.
Yeah.
And if only she knew a few money spots, it would have been such a better experience for me.
Yeah.
And I felt, I should have said something. I should have said, there's so much potential there. But I guess, and that's what we're trying to talk to, isn't it, Ninj? These people that have passion for the work. It's not like they don't care.
Yeah.
They just haven't been given the skills to be able to do what's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, what's possible is like the operative thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, people don't even know that, hands-on treatment these days can be effective, because there's so much marketing gone into exercises and injections and operations.
Shockwave, all the shit where you don't have to use any elbow grease.
No energy.
Easy way out,
machines and stuff. So, yeah, but this is the original. The caveman would have been doing this. Hold that for me. So we're just sort of keeping alive natural therapies and intuition and, yeah.
Be the go-to though.
Yeah.
Like you set this out and like we pride ourselves on like when someone has an issue, go see the MMT guys and girls.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be that in your town. You know, you want to be renowned for being the person that's going to fix things and at least have a bloody fair income crack at it. So that's our intention this year, isn't it, Ninja? That we want to train as many gun body workers in the world that want to be the best.
Yep.
That's what we want, you know. People that have the same passion for this work as us, that's who we want to work with. So yeah, I guess if that's you, just check out what we do. You know, we do both in-person and online courses, and yeah, take that action to be remarkable today. Because it's fast, isn't it, Ninja? I remember my first week here after the training, I was doing stuff that I didn't think was possible, and people were like, that was the best treatment I've ever had. They were getting off the table thinking, oh, my neck feels incredible. And I remember just thinking like, fuck, how lucky am I? Stumbled upon this bald bloke who taught me this stuff, and yeah, I mean, even looking at like Mac, who we work with in the NFL, he found one of our videos of the pubic bone work that we do, and he just knew I needed it, you know. And now we've had this 7-year relationship with this one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and like that was all from just body work and putting out a bit of content. So that's a whole nother video talking about putting yourself out there, but that's what's possible. We can't service everyone in the world, can we? We need, you know, an army of body workers out there in different towns and countries. And
make a change.
Yeah.
That's it. So overcome that fear, have some courage. On the other side, there's something good. So yeah.
Awesome.
Look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Done.